What does the perfect version of you's life look like? I wanted to ask you this question because imagine what he's doing right now. He wakes up at early in the morning, 5, 6, 7 a.m. He knows exactly what to do straight away. Morning routine. He wakes up. He has a cold shower. He goes back down. He meal preps. He meal preps for the rest of the day and the rest of the week. He goes back up the stairs and he knows exactly what work task to do. He spends a few hours on his work task and he has an extremely productive day hitting his fitness goals, his work goals, his life goals in general. And how does he do this? He has a pre-decided routine. He knows exactly what he's going to do at every single part of the day. And it's because of that he wastes no time thinking about what to do, deciding what task he should do. He spends no time doing that. It's already been made for him. So he just does it. And this way he wastes no time, he's more efficient, and he doesn't have to stop sacrificing the things that he loves to do in his day. I want to compare that to your life right now. What does your life look like? You may feel a bit anxious, a bit guilty that we're comparing it to you right now because you feel like you're not the best self you are right now. But let's do it. You wake up, you don't know what to do straight away. Maybe you've alarms gone off your phone, you grab your phone, you check your phone for a few minutes, maybe in half an hour, maybe even an hour. You finally get out of bed and you're like, what do I do today? It's not a school day, so I'm not sure what I should do. You spend 10, 15 minutes, half an hour thinking about what to do before you actually go up and have a morning routine-ish. Then you spend the rest of the day doing average things, like an average person. And you're getting no closer towards your goals. You're not building a better physique. And you're actually going nowhere. Not in a single direction. When I used to live like this, I wasn't happy. I remember this one time where I literally went out with friends and there was a group of people and we all enjoyed it. Like we were out at the park. You know, like how a typical 15, 16-year-olds are like you go out to a park or you play football or whatever. You go out and I was coming back in and I had nothing to do for the rest of the night. It was around 7 p.m. I had nothing to do. And I remember sat there being so just not even like just lethargic, depressed almost. Because I knew even then, like I intuitively knew I should be doing something productive. I should be doing something that would take me towards the place that I want to go, the goals I have. But I had nothing to do. And bear in mind, this is literally just after having like a really fun time out. It doesn't matter how much fun that you have. This reality kicks in no matter what. And that wasn't a nice period of my life, I must be honest. Like I just was the most unpurposeful, soulless, unhappy version of myself because I had nothing to strive for, nothing to work towards. You know? Like at this time I maybe just started out my fitness journey, but like, you know, it wasn't that important to me at the time. I didn't know what I was doing and I didn't dedicate that much time to it as much as I should have. And that's why I felt this way. And it wasn't only until I got my routine in check that I filled out every part of my day with every activity that I wanted to do to take me towards my goals, that I finally felt happy. I finally felt fulfilled. And now it's took me to the happiest and most productive and best version of myself. You don't have to sacrifice like your goals for this to be happy. It does both at the same time. It makes you happy and achieves your goals. And that's why it's so powerful. My routine has got me the best gains of my life. Straight up. If there was a graph correlating with how productive I was with the amount of gains I would make, it would be like this. You know, the more productive I got with my routine, the more gains I made because I went at the same time every day. I never missed a session. Cardio at 12, gym at 5. And if you want results like this, if you want to make amazing progress in your fitness journey, top link in the description where we'll teach more things like this to be able to reach your dream physique so much quicker and have a top 1% physique in your age group as a teenager. So if you're interested in that, top link in the description. So now we're going to talk about how to make your routine and then the benefits from it. So you can truly get this into your head, break that limiting belief of yeah, routine is the way forward. And I'm just going to basically spit game saying like this is what why you should do it. So then hopefully it's convincing enough to actually get you to change your life, because you've watched these videos before, you've watched videos from other creators, and nothing's actually changed yet. So hopefully this amount of benefits that I can provide and evident that in my life can demonstrate to you how important it is, and then you can actually take action on that. Because there's no point you listen to this fucking video if you're not going to take action. I'm going to give you a quick fucking reality check right now. Like, you like to watch content and feel like you're productive, and this is what you do in your free time, and maybe it's better than the video game addict version of you, but you're still not fucking doing anything. So if you're not taking action on this video, if you're just watching it for the sake of watching it, then please just fuck off. Like, genuinely, like, I mean that. Please, because you're not actually improving from it. I'd rather you not touch social media ever again and actually take action on the things you learn, rather than just mindlessly scrolling and watching content and actually doing nothing about it. So before we get into it, please just take action, bro. Take action, because you're going to get nowhere. It's all right knowing all the knowledge. If you don't implement it, you're not going to get anywhere. You know? Sorry, I had to just fucking get that out there, because some people just watch content for the sake of it and doesn't actually improve their lives. So what should you fill your routine with? So you understand, like, routine, I'm saying it's the best thing to ever since fucking sliced bread, apparently, and I'm saying it's going to improve every area of your life, but you don't know what to fill your routine up with. You know, this army soldier regular routine. What tasks do I put in there so I'm happy? And the truth is, it comes from a set of questions that you ask yourself. What do you enjoy? What tasks do you typically like doing that doesn't feel like work, feels like fun, but other people would see it as work? So for me, I fucking love the gym, right? I love fitness, and I genuinely have so much fun when I go. But other people would see that as difficult. They would see it as work. They would see it as, oh, I'm dreading the gym again. But I find it genuinely fun. So I know that's a task that I should have in my day, because that's what I love to do, you know? And before you turn around and say, oh, I like video games and other people think this and that, that's what I'm going to say. Stop being a fucking retard, effectively. Another question. What goals do I have? Or what tasks can I do to get close to them goals? Maybe you have goals in, like, your grades. Maybe you have goals in your fitness journey. You need to figure out what tasks you need to do to be able to achieve those goals. So if you have a goal to get straight A's in your A-levels, you need to revise to get those grades. So that's what you should do in your day. If you want a gym physique, top link in the description will help you with that. Then you should go to the gym and do cardio, and maybe even do like an extra session. If I say overtraining, it's a fucking example, bro. So you need to think about what you want. You need to think about what you enjoy, and then you can start to make and decide on tasks that resonate with you, and that's what you fill your day up with. So for example, for me, what I'll do is wake up, do your morning routine, do all the mental health habits, etc., meditation, cold showers, have a walk, get some sunlight, etc., etc. Then I'll come down and then I'll do some work. So I'll record these videos, I'll give advice to the boys on how to build a better physique, because that's genuinely what I find purposeful. I find it contributing to humanity, that I'm helping you get what you want. I'm actually helping you accelerate in a better area of life. So I'll do that for a few hours. Then I'll eat for an hour. Then I'll do cardio. Then I'll learn about fitness, or learn about business, or I'll edit, or I'll make a thumbnail, or I'll read. Then I'll be around for the second meal of the day, have a second meal of the day. Then I'll continue with my learning or editing, etc. Then I'll eat again. Sorry, not eat. This is 5 p.m, so I'll go to the gym for 2 hours, come back, then I'll eat again. And then I'll spend the rest of my evening socialising, having a good time with friends, you know, spending time with people. The night routine, then sleep. That is it. So you see how I've constructed my day with tasks that I find enjoyable, that I find purposeful, but also benefit my life as well and get me closer to my goals. So that's what you should fill your day up with. And then, as an action step for you here, curate a whole day. So you know Google Calendar, a whole day on Google Calendar of all the tasks that you want to do today. If there's one thing that I want you to get from this entire video, is go on your phone, pull up Google Calendar, and then just literally log what you're going to do every single day for the tomorrow. What you're going to do every single hour of the day for tomorrow. And then you wake up tomorrow, you know exactly what you're going to do. No wasting time thinking about it. No sitting there lethargically scrolling. No more video games. Because you know what you should be doing. And you're guaranteed that day is going to be so much better. You're going to have such a better day that day compared to every other normal day that every other normal person lives. Guaranteed. So if there's one thing that I want you to get from this video, is find out what you want to do, and then make the Google Calendar regimented timetable at every hour of the day. Like this. I'll show you here. Just like this on my wall. That, like that. So that is what you should be striving for. It's what you should be aiming for. A regimented routine where you know what you're going to do at every single part of the day. Right. You took the action step. You've got your routine. Now I'm going to tell you about why it's so important to have these routines. Number one, you detect and substitute out bad habits. So you know how when you have free time, you revert back to the awful behaviours that you want to get rid of. Whether that's scrolling on social media, whether that's video games, whether that's talking to people that you shouldn't be speaking to, being degenerate, whatever it is, right? When you have free time, when you have time that isn't dedicated to something that you've already decided, you'll almost revert back to those bad habits that you've consolidated over years. You may be at a stage in life where you don't even realise they're bad habits. You may think, oh, video games are good for you, they're good for your brain cognition or whatever. Just a quick life lesson in about 10 seconds. That's fucking bullshit, and your life would be so much better without them. Life lesson over. You may be at that stage where you don't even realise these habits are bad. But I'm here to enlighten you. I'm here to open your eyes, like open the blinds to this fucking bullshit. And when you have free time, you revert back to the habits that you've been doing for the past 6 to 10 years, right? Because you've done them your entire life. That's your default settings now. You know? That's who you are. That's your default. So when you have free time, you do those things. But when you have your routine, you'll notice when you have these pockets of free time, you notice that, oh shit, I've got free time here, and that's typically when I play my video games for an hour or two. So what task can I put in there to then stop that? And then once you've built your routine and you've got a task in there that covers that session of video games, then you won't play the video games because you'll just do that task instead. So you see how instantly having a routine, you know, all right, I should be doing this task at this time. Nothing else comes in. This is the priority. I should be doing this task. Like right now, in my schedule, in my routine, I have recording. So nothing else in this entire room, the PS5 over there, that doesn't touch. I don't touch it because I know I should be recording and only recording. So the video games don't tempt me because I've got this task to do instead that I've already decided that I'm going to do. And I'm not going to be a bitch. I'm not going to decide something and then not do it the next day. You know? I'm not going to let myself down. I have too much respect for myself to do that. And you should have as well. That's how I see it, and that's how you should see it. So that's how you cut out the bad habits that you've been desperately waiting to cut out, by designating a task in that time slot instead. The second one. Free time you never thought you had. We just talked about this, how you have free time here and there, and that means you're able to replace the bad habits that you do with specific tasks, because you notice that when you only do bad habits when you have the free time to do them, right? But along with this is, when you detect the free time that you've got, you then realise that, oh shit, like I don't have to like pick and choose. I have free time so I can make my day as efficient as possible. So say you have fitness and like studying goals to do. What's the number one excuse that you hear, right? The number one excuse that you hear that people say, oh, I can't carry on improving on my fitness journey because I've got studies. What's the number one excuse as to why they believe that? I don't have enough time. But the key, the beauty of this organisation is that now you do. Now you do. Because all of a sudden you're picking out an hour here that I have to have free, an hour there that I've got free, it's half an hour there after I eat. I don't really do anything until I start this task here. I'm picking up this free time, and once you shuffle your tasks around, once you move that here, put that maybe I'll start eating at 4 p.m, so then that half an hour after I can just go straight to the gym, and then that's that half an hour not wasted. Then you'll find that half an hour free in your morning or your evening. You're like, oh shit, I've got extra half an hour of free time. You find all these pockets of free time that can make you more efficient, and now you realise I can study and I can achieve my fitness goals at the same time in my day, every single day. I can do it. And that should be exciting, that should be enlivening. You don't have to sacrifice one thing for the other. You can actually do both and see genuine results. And that's the power of organisation. You find time that you realise you didn't have. You realise that you scroll for an hour in the morning and you don't realise, because when you're scrolling you're just in a trance of like you're in your own world. But when you finally don't do that for once because you've set out a task to do already, then you have that hour free later on. So you find time here and there that you thought you never had, which is absolutely amazing for everyone here that has multiple goals, because now you have enough time to dedicate to them multiple goals singularly. So that's the second benefit to organisation in teenage life. Number 3, stop sacrificing things you care about. Again, you briefly mentioned it. You know when you feel like you have to pick and choose between your goals. Like it's, say you just imagine you've come home from sixth form and then you've gone gym and now it's 8 p.m. and you know you need to be in bed for 10 because you need to wake up at 6 at least to be able to get the bus to school the next morning. You feel knackered, you feel lethargic. But you've set out that you do 4 hours of revision today and now you haven't got enough time. But you realise that earlier on in the day, I actually got up a bit earlier, but I stayed in bed. Like I got up at 5 instead of 6, and instead of doing anything productive, I stayed in bed and didn't really want to move. You realise that you actually had free lesson today, and instead of actually revising your free lesson, you spent it socialising with people that you don't actually really like, but you just did it because they were in your vicinity in school. You actually spent an hour today before you went to the gym just playing video games. Like you didn't spend your time wisely. And now you've had to sacrifice the things that you care about, truly care about, the goals that you have, because of this idle time that has victimised you. However, when you have this routine, this organisation, this schedule, and you have specific tasks that you know you should do, and you cut out the bullshit that you do because of the free time that you have, you now don't have to sacrifice these things anymore, because now you haven't wasted that hour in the morning, you haven't wasted that hour of video games, you haven't wasted that hour of freeze, because you know that the day before you said, right, in my freeze I'm going to get this task done. So you didn't waste the hour in your freeze. You knew in the morning that, all right, you may not have planned to wake up an hour earlier, but you just had that consolidation of like, no, I'm not wasting time. Like I've got to stick to this routine. So you did your routine a bit earlier. So now you have an hour free later on in the day. And that's 2 hours instantly that you've made up. So now you can do your revision. And now you don't have to sacrifice that area of your life anymore. So that's the beauty of the schedule. You can stop sacrificing the things that you care about. You know, when you go to sleep and exams are going up and you're like, fuck, I need to do this revision and that revision, but and then you think about the next day and you think, shit, okay, how am I going to fit it all in? I don't have enough time. Excuse me, bro. Whew. How am I going to do it? I don't have enough time. With the schedule, with the routine, with the organisation, you can sit back almost, lie back and relax and just be like, take a deep breath. And you know you have the time because you fit it into your schedule on your phone, on your piece of paper stuck on your wall. You know you can do it, so you will. So no more of this neurotic overthinking, worrying, anxiousness that's going to deteriorate your life and slow you down your progress in the gym especially. No more of that, because you know you can do it, because your schedule says you can. That's the key. That's the true secret to achieving the goals that you want. It's the organisation. And the final thing that I've got that improves your entire life because of having organisation is less rush, more fulfilled and happier. When you don't have a schedule in place, you can almost procrastinate so much. We talked about it, like doing the bad habits and having free time, and it ends up procrastinating and you don't have enough time for other things, and it ends up sacrificing the things in your life. We've talked about that, but you can also procrastinate in other areas as well. You've got school to go to, but because you've got free time, when you have free time, you used to scroll on your phone, and now all of a sudden, 20 minutes has gone past, you're not ready for school, you need to be ready for school or college in 10 minutes, and you're fucked. Now you're rushing around, having a worse quality of life, being less prepared. You may go through the day and forget you fucking brought your food with you, so now you're in a pissed mood. Now you're pissed. Like, fuck, I don't have my meal prep. I spent all that time meal prepping and I don't even have it. You know? You may fuck up and put the wrong shoes on, and now you're going to walk through and now you're going to know you're going to have a fucking ball ache of a conversation with your head teacher about the shoes that you wear. All of these things come from, originally in the morning you were procrastinating because of the free time that you have, and then now you're rushing and having a worse quality of life because of it. Whereas, specifically me, I noticed this, right? Yesterday, I fell victim to this too. I'm not perfect. I had a little bit of free time in the morning, which was unusual, because usually my morning routine takes up my entire morning, and then I had to go to work, right? And it was before I knew it that I almost overscheduled actually, because I put too much in the morning, and I kind of knew this is going to be too much time, you're not really going to make it, it's going to be you're going to have to sacrifice something, it's something's going to have to come out of the routine here. And I was like, no, I'll be fine. If I do it right, I'll be sound. And I woke up 15 minutes after my alarm, did everything perfectly, was super time efficient, went to the gym, come back, etc. And I was rushing around. I scheduled too much into my schedule and I was rushing around. And obviously I got to work barely on time, but I didn't have a good morning. This schedule makes you productive and should make you feel really happy, but because I was rushed, I didn't have a good morning. I felt like something was missing. When you leave the house and you're like, shit, I feel like something's missing, but I don't really know. I felt like that all day. And that put me in a worse mood because I didn't schedule properly and because I was rushing around. When you truly schedule properly, when you truly schedule and put the right amount of tasks in and take the right amount of time and truly think, yep, I've got enough time for this. I'm not going to sleep in. I'm not going to procrastinate. I need to just do my routine. And you do it. You feel great. You feel fucking awesome. And that's how you should feel. That's why I'm selling this idea of organisation so much, because it's great, right? But when you do it incorrectly, when you sleep in, when you procrastinate, it doesn't make you happy, because now you have to rush around, feel unprepared, something's going to come up later because you forgot to do something that you should have done earlier in the morning, and you lose that fulfillment, you lose that happiness for that day because you're not at the level that you usually are. So you don't really realise this until you have the schedule too. Before you have the schedule, it's kind of ignorance is bliss. You're just yeah, this is what life is. And then when you move on to the schedule, you're so much happier and fulfilled. So then when you miss that schedule again, you feel the negative effects of it. And it makes you have such a worse day than the version of you that sticks to the schedule and feels truly fulfilled. So there are all the reasons why organisation is super important. I hope I could properly drill that into you, that it's really important to have a routine, and it's made my life so much better, especially in my fitness journey. To accelerate your progress more in the fitness journey, top link in the description, I think is the best product that I've ever made. And I think that's going to rapidly accelerate your amount of gym progress that you're going to achieve. And you're going to definitely achieve a top 1% physique in your age range if you follow the tactics that I have in that course and you truly implement it and truly take action. And I'd love to see the progress that you're going to make, because I know you're going to make it. If you want personal advice from me, if there's anything in this video that you feel like, you know, has it been brought up that you are currently struggling with, you know, you think of a specific problem that I haven't really talked about yet, second link in the description is my personal Instagram. Give me a DM on there. Message me with a problem that you've got, and I guarantee I can help you with it if it's related to fitness goals. That's it for today, bro. Go have a good session, and I'll see you later.